Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss the extraordinary Booker Prize winning Orbital by Samantha Harvey. This book won the Booker Prize last year in 2024 and it is one of the shortest books to ever win the Booker Prize. But though small, it is mighty. I have been recommending this book to everyone. I've actually already read it twice before I've done this video. And it's very rare to recommend a single book to everyone because people have their likes, their dislikes, their preferences, their avoids. But Orbital is a profoundly affecting book that stays with you long after you finish it. It is extremely affecting. It is set over 24 hours in the International Space Station. We are with the 4 astronauts and 2 cosmonauts as they go through their 16 orbits that they do in a single 24-hour period. We are with them as they go through the excitement of things like spacewalks, but also the mundane nature of life on the International Space Station, from constant taking of blood samples from themselves for tracking and analysis to monitoring how plants grow when they've got neither gravity or sunlight to direct them. Into this little bubble, though, of these 6 people comes 2 big pieces of news. One, the sudden and unexpected death of a mother of one of the astronauts. And 2, a burgeoning typhoon in the Western Atlantic that looks like it's heading for Indonesia and Philippines and likely to make ground within the next 24 hours. These 2 big events cause the astronauts, the cosmonauts, to reflect on their lives, reflect on their perspective, reflect on their nature, their links to Earth, which they are sort of constantly in orbit, in space, but tied to like an invisible umbilical cord, forever tied to Earth. So it has that real weight of what is life, what is the purpose of life, why are we here? But it is never heavy. And Samantha has given us this really unique perspective of these 6 people who are tied to Earth, but not of it at this moment in time. And how they reflect on these pieces of news and the kind of emotions and memories that it brings up in all of them. It is also a book that has some very light moments, but also it does have that real reflection that you're always wanting to get from this book. What is remarkable about this book is that you'd imagine it would have been written before. I mean, what a setup, 6 astronauts on the space station. How come this book hasn't been written before? And I did reflect on this because it feels like this book has always been necessary. And I realize sort of there is a tendency in art, sort of whether in literature or films, to have a big catastrophic event. So when we've had anything to do with space or space stations, there's normally been a disaster, impending doom, explosions, an asteroid about to hit it, or whatever. This isn't about a disaster that's going to affect the astronauts. This is about how their perspective on events on Earth. And that has a really interesting impact on us, that kind of distance, but also the longing that comes from it. Samantha Harvey's writing in this is impeccable. It is a stunning book, and I'm so glad it won the Booker Prize. It is extremely accessible. I would recommend it to anyone, and come on, it's rare that you get a book this short leaving you with such a profound impact, but I recommend this wholeheartedly. A terrific book. Orbital by Samantha Harvey.